Learning English is a journey that requires dedication, patience, and the right mindset. Many people start with enthusiasm, but quickly become discouraged when they don't see immediate progress. The key is to understand that language learning is a gradual process. At the beginning, you may feel lost, struggling to form sentences or understand simple phrases. However, just like a child learning to speak their native language, progress comes with time and practice. The first step is to set clear goals. Do you want to speak fluently, understand movies, or write with confidence? Defining your objectives will help you stay motivated and track your improvement. One of the most effective ways to start learning English is by immersing yourself in the language as much as possible. Surround yourself with English materials such as books, podcasts, movies, and music. Even if you don't understand everything at first, exposure to the language will help your brain get used to its structure and sounds. Try to read simple texts, listen to basic conversations, and pay attention to how words are pronounced. The more you engage with the language, the more natural it will feel over time. Immersion creates familiarity, and familiarity breeds confidence. Another crucial step in learning English is practicing daily. Consistency is the secret to mastering any skill, and language learning is no exception. Set aside a specific time each day to study English, whether it's 30 minutes or an hour. Make a habit of speaking, listening, reading, and writing in English. You don't have to be perfect. The goal is to communicate. Even if you make mistakes, every effort counts toward improvement. Keeping a journal in English, having conversations with native speakers, or using language apps can help reinforce what you learn. The more you practice, the faster you will see progress. Fear of making mistakes often holds learners back from speaking English. Many people hesitate because they are afraid of being judged or misunderstood. However, mistakes are an essential part of the learning process. Every mistake is an opportunity to improve. Instead of avoiding difficult words or complicated sentences, embrace the challenge. Speak as much as you can, even if you're not confident. The more you use English in real-life situations, the more comfortable you will become. Remember, even native speakers make mistakes. The important thing is to keep going and never let fear stop you. Lastly, finding the right motivation is key to staying committed to learning English. Ask yourself why you want to learn the language. Is it for career opportunities, travel, or personal growth? Keeping your goal in mind will push you forward when you feel frustrated or stuck. Also, make learning fun by incorporating your interests into your studies. If you love music, learn English songs. If you enjoy movies, watch them with subtitles. When learning is enjoyable, it becomes easier to stay consistent. The journey to fluency is long, but with determination, you can achieve your goal. Chapter 2, Building a Strong Foundation. The foundation of any language is vocabulary and grammar. Without a good grasp of these elements, communicating effectively can be difficult. The first step is to build a solid vocabulary. Start by learning the most common words and phrases used in everyday conversations. Flashcards, mobile apps, and word lists are great tools to expand your vocabulary. However, simply memorizing words is not enough. You need to use them in context. Try creating sentences with new words, speaking them out loud, and incorporating them into your daily conversations. Repetition and usage will help reinforce your memory. Grammar is another crucial aspect of learning English. While some people argue that grammar isn't necessary for communication, understanding basic rules can help prevent confusion. Focus on learning fundamental structures, such as verb tenses, sentence patterns, and word order. Instead of trying to memorize complicated rules, practice through examples and exercises. Reading English books, listening to native speakers, and writing regularly will help you internalize grammar naturally. The more you expose yourself to correct sentence structures, the easier it will be to use them correctly. Listening skills are often overlooked, but are essential for mastering English. Many learners struggle to understand native speakers because of their speed and pronunciation. To improve listening skills, start by listening to slow and clear English, such as audiobooks, podcasts, or beginner-friendly videos. As you become more comfortable, challenge yourself with faster and more complex conversations. Focus on keywords, intonation, and speech patterns. Watching movies with subtitles can also help bridge the gap between written and spoken English. Over time, your brain will adjust, making comprehension easier. Reading is a powerful way to improve all aspects of English, from vocabulary to comprehension. Choose materials that match your level, such as children's books, news articles, or short stories. Read actively by highlighting new words, taking notes, and summarizing what you read. The more you read, the more you'll recognize common phrases and grammatical structures. Eventually, reading will become effortless, and you'll develop a natural understanding of how English is used in different contexts. Reading is also a great way to absorb new words and expressions without memorizing them directly. Finally, writing helps reinforce everything you learn. Start by keeping a daily journal in English, describing your thoughts, experiences, or goals. Writing allows you to practice sentence structure, spelling, and coherence. Don't worry about making mistakes. Instead, focus on expressing yourself clearly. Over time, review your writing and try to correct errors. If possible, ask a native speaker or teacher to provide feedback. Writing regularly will improve your confidence and ability to communicate in English effectively. The more you write, the easier it will become. Chapter 3: The Power of Consistency. One of the most important factors in learning English successfully is consistency. Many learners start with excitement, but after a few weeks, they lose motivation because they don't see immediate results. Learning a language is like building a muscle. It requires daily effort and patience. Even if you study for just 30 minutes a day, it is much better than studying for 5 hours once a week. The key is to create a habit. When English becomes part of your daily routine, progress happens naturally, and learning feels easier over time. To stay consistent, set realistic and achievable goals. Instead of saying, I want to be fluent in 6 months, break it down into smaller steps. For example, aim to learn 5 new words each day. Listen to an English podcast for 15 minutes, or have a short conversation in English. These small goals create a sense of achievement and keep you motivated. Keeping a journal of your progress can also help. Write down new words, mistakes you made, and things you learned. Looking back at your progress will show you how much you have improved. Another important aspect of consistency is creating an environment that encourages learning. If you surround yourself with English every day, your brain will start processing it naturally. Change your phone and social media settings to English. Watch TV shows with English subtitles and listen to English music. Even when you are not actively studying, your brain will absorb the language. This passive exposure makes it easier to recall words and phrases when you need them. One common challenge learners face is boredom. Doing the same type of study every day can become repetitive, making it harder to stay consistent. To avoid this, mix different learning methods. Some days, focus on listening by watching English videos. Other days, practice speaking by talking with a language partner. Reading books, writing essays, and playing language games can also keep learning fun. The more you enjoy the process, the more likely you are to stay consistent. Finally, remember that mistakes are part of learning. Many learners get frustrated when they forget words or make grammar errors. Instead of feeling discouraged, see mistakes as opportunities to improve. Every time you correct a mistake, you are one step closer to fluency. The most successful learners are not those who never make mistakes, but those who never give up. By staying consistent, patient, and motivated, you will see continuous progress in your English journey. Chapter 4: Overcoming Language Barriers. Learning English is an exciting challenge, but many learners struggle with different barriers that slow down their progress. One of the biggest obstacles is understanding native speakers. People speak fast, use contractions, and mix slang with formal language. This can be frustrating, but the key is to stay patient and practice active listening. Instead of trying to understand every single word, focus on the main ideas. Train your ears by listening to different English accents, from American and British to Australian and Canadian. The more exposure you get, the more comfortable you'll become with real-life conversations. Another common challenge is pronunciation. Many learners fear speaking because they worry about making mistakes or sounding strange. The best way to improve pronunciation is through imitation. Listen to native speakers and repeat after them. Shadowing exercises, where you mimic a speaker word for word, can help improve fluency and accent. Additionally, use pronunciation apps or online tools to check if you're pronouncing words correctly. The goal is not to sound perfect, but to be clear and understandable. Over time, as you practice, your confidence in speaking will grow. Grammar can also be a frustrating barrier. Many learners struggle with verb tenses, sentence structure, and prepositions. Instead of memorizing complex rules, focus on learning grammar naturally through context. Pay attention to how native speakers use grammar in conversations, books, and TV shows. Practice writing and speaking in full sentences, and don't be afraid to make mistakes. The more you use the language, the more intuitive grammar will become. Remember, even native speakers sometimes make grammar mistakes, so don't let perfectionism stop you from practicing. Fear of speaking is another major barrier. Many learners hesitate to talk because they don't want to be judged. However, the only way to improve is by using English as much as possible. Find language partners, join conversation groups, or practice speaking alone by recording yourself. Mistakes are a natural part of the learning process, and every mistake is a step toward improvement. The more you speak, the more comfortable and confident you will become. Fluency is about communication, not perfection. Finally, staying motivated can be difficult, especially when progress feels slow. Learning a language takes time, and there will be moments of frustration. The key is to find ways to keep learning enjoyable. Watch your favorite shows in English, read books that interest you, and talk to people who inspire you. Set small goals, such as learning 10 new words a day or having a 5-minute conversation in English. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small. The journey to fluency is long, but with persistence and the right mindset, you can overcome any barrier. Chapter 5, Achieving Fluency and Beyond. Fluency in English is not about knowing every word or speaking without mistakes. It's about being able to communicate your thoughts clearly and naturally. The final step to mastering English is making it a part of your daily life. The more you use a language, the more natural it will feel. Start thinking in English instead of translating from your native language. This will help you respond faster in conversations and build confidence in speaking. The goal is to make English second nature, so that you don't have to struggle to find words when communicating. A great way to accelerate fluency is by surrounding yourself with English. Change the language settings on your phone, computer, and social media to English. Read news articles, listen to English podcasts, and watch English videos every day. The more you immerse yourself, the more you will improve without even realizing it. Learning should not be limited to study time. Make it a part of your daily routine. Even small efforts, like reading English menus or writing to-do lists in English, can have a big impact over time. Practicing with native speakers is one of the most effective ways to reach fluency. Join online language exchange programs, participate in discussion groups, or take online classes. If you can, travel to an English-speaking country and use English in real-life situations. Speaking regularly with fluent speakers will help you develop a natural rhythm and expand your vocabulary. Even if you don't have direct access to native speakers, you can practice by talking to yourself or recording your voice to analyze your pronunciation. To stay fluent, you need to continue learning and challenging yourself. Set new goals, such as reading a novel in English, giving a presentation, or watching a movie without subtitles. Learning a language is a lifelong process, and there is always something new to discover. Stay curious and keep pushing your limits. The more you challenge yourself, the more confident and fluent you will become. In the end, fluency is about expressing yourself freely and comfortably in English. There is no final destination, only continuous improvement. With dedication, practice, and the right mindset, you will not only achieve fluency, but also open new doors in life. Whether for career opportunities, travel, or personal growth, mastering English is a skill that will always benefit you. Keep practicing, stay motivated, and enjoy the journey.